Hello and welcome to another skill of the week. This time we are going to be talking about pens and the things that you can accomplish with different kinds of ink pens. Okay, so right now this is just a plain liquid flare, and you can do the same thing that we've been doing with our bone drawing with the hatching and cross hatching. So if I can get my pen to work, okay. I'm just going to try and scoot this around a little bit here. And any kind of hatching can create values, okay? And cross-hatching, again, I'm just doing kind of curved lines and hatching and cross-hatching. I need to put my arm in a different position, I think. Okay, so let's say if I were to, sorry, I need to get a different pen. This one's not working very well. Okay, so I'm just going to use this plain old Bic pen, and personally I really like these because you can do a lot of sketching and make things look pretty real with this. Okay, I know I've been doing a lot of examples with vases and such, but the same type of thing goes with a pen as with pencil, only pens don't tend to smear like pencil does. So it's kind of nice that you can use hatch marks, cross-hatching to create any kind of values that you want. You can do scribble drawings. I love scribble drawings because you can get all kinds of interesting looks with a scribble drawing. Okay, shadow would be over here. And I'm just kind of scribbling out the different values that would be happening in this vase, you know, and I can. So I'm using a scribbling technique. I'm using hatching and cross-hatching both, and you can even use pointillism. With pointillism, you're just using a series of dots. So let's say I were to, sorry, my pen is starting to die because I'm holding it upright. All right, get another pen. Hold on. Okay, another pen. Okay, so let's say I am trying to draw a horse. Okay. Okay, and I want you to just kind of play around with this in your sketchbook a little bit. You know, and I can use a scribbling technique that makes that horse look like he's got motions. You know, and I can scribble around it, just creating different values. And this is kind of gestural drawing as well, when you create something that has movement to it. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfectly standing upright. Okay, the liquid flares are great for pointillism. I think personally I really like to have these pens, just plain old Bic pens or a ballpoint pen of some sort for scribble drawings. Okay, you don't want to draw it upright because this is what happens. Okay, but try and create action with your drawings. Okay, values by just scribbling in some shading. Okay, using hatching and cross-hatching and scribbling. Okay, let's see if I can get my other pen to work here now. Try and do some pointillism a little bit. Okay. Oh, I know what I can do. Maybe I'll tip this down. There we go. It's going to be a little bit awkward, but if you do pointillism, you're just, maybe you can see it better this way. Okay, you're just dotting, making dots to create your values. And I really love this technique because you can get all kinds of really beautiful forms with this. I really love to do spheres with this thing. So you can just kind of sketch out a sphere and decide where your darkest area is going to be. And you can just start making dots right next to each other and dot out the example here. Okay, I do a lot more, but you see where I'm going here? Your darkest areas building out to your lighter areas are going to, of course, the light areas are going to have very few dots in them. The darker areas are going to have the dots right close to each other. Okay, just for pretend here, let's say I was getting done and I'm just dotting it out to some really light areas. But I would just continue to work this until I got really dark areas. Okay, so that is your skill of the week, and we're going to be working more on this, talking more about it in class. We're going to be doing a project that involves maps and finding something to go along with your map. It's really fun, and you get to draw on a map, and I love just creating something that goes with something that has a nautical feel, or like, let's say if you have a map of Africa, you could do a lion running across the African plain or something like that. So you see where I'm going with this sphere. I would probably do something that has a shadow, so you can kind of see where that's going. Okay, so create something in your sketchbook that has action to it, using scribbles, hatching, cross-hatching, pointillism, that kind of thing. And that's your skill of the week.